Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is a part 2 of my Colossus video, and here the main thing we're going to be trying to do, and the only thing really pretty much, is see whether a 3-star Colossus can out damage Realm of Legends Wolverine's healing. So as we all know, Wolverine has some of the most brutal heal anywhere in game to this date. He heals like an absolute madman, and typically the first advice for anybody going in Realm of Legends is make sure you can counter Wolverine. Obviously, now that we have access to rank 5 5-star champions and 6-star champions, there is a plethora of champions that can simply out damage that heal. But can a 3-star do that? Can a 3-star Colossus do that? And obviously here we still have the same synergy team in play: White Magneto, Omega Red, Emma Frost, and most importantly perhaps a new addition of Professor X, who has 4 Cerebro charges. Thanks to that, Colossus is now perfectly suicide friendly because he's healing a substantial amount from the suicide masteries, and also he has 100% increased special attack damage. However, as we can see here, the Wolverine is still alive, and this fight will certainly last a while, because that region once again is brutal, and it's kind of RNG dependent here, because if you crit more, then you can out damage it. If the crits go missing somewhere, then he just heals back to full in absolutely no time. Right, and as I was doing this fight, I certainly was starting to have my doubts at this point, because we can see we have a large amount of armor ups on, and he's still at 100%. We have 34 armor ups. Unfortunately, I did fell off again, and I pushed myself to a level 3 there, but still, Wolverine consistently hangs around the 100% mark, and no matter how hard that little try-hard Colossus is trying to get him down. So we're back at 30 something now. We have 50 armor ups, 45k crit there, and still 100%. That region is just absolutely killing us. And whilst I was trying to do this, because obviously here the fight is sped up, don't worry, we're also going to have normal speed gameplay, it was kind of like starting to look a bit more and more bleak. But obviously I didn't want to let go. I was just trying to be as aggressive as I can, do whatever I can to stack as many armor ups as possible. At some points there we can see that I have 70 of them, then I have 47, 69. But at this point I also noticed that if I just kind of like went super aggressive, didn't try to get those fury buffs, just focused on my armor ups purely, then I was pushing him further and further in his health bar for longer and extended periods of time. So that made me realize that I do not want to try and go for the fury buff of heavy attack and then go for my level 2. I just want to be as aggressive as I can with my level 2 themselves. And since that would slow me down, I kind of like quit the heavy attack phase and just purely went for level 2s, trying to get maximum amount of armor buffs. But unfortunately still there is a very heavy RNG factor, and again I don't really seem to have quite enough damage. Now one thing also now became clear: it would have been super helpful if I had activated White Magneto's pre-fight ability, which I realized only hours later pretty much that I could have done that, since I wasn't using the parry heavy and I wasn't relying on that fury for damage at all. That would have given me some slight damage buff for sure, and I would have been able to maybe put up a bit bigger numbers. But now I can see that I can get him down to like 50%. Here we're gonna go for another level 2. Unfortunately none of it crits. He's back at 100% health, but his health bar is moving. His health bar is moving significantly. If I can get him down to 50%, then I should also be able to finish out the fight, should I get lucky enough. And that was kind of the question here, that was the concern. Additionally, I'm trying to take more block damage to gain more power, And some of that seems to be working because I maintain more of these armor up buffs here. I did go for that heavy attack, and we can see that Wolverine's pushed down significantly. We drop a 78k level 2 there, and at some point he was at about 25% health. So that was 75% health of him down. And now I go for another big level 2, and he was at a point at like 18%. So it was really close. But unfortunately, then afterwards, no crits appeared. Things just didn't seem to go right. He's getting 2 massive region buffs, and I lost some of my armor ups, and he's on a steady way back up. And even though I did get him under 20% for a brief moment, at this point it's kind of like looking a bit more glim and bleak about me finishing this fight out. He doesn't really want to cooperate with me at times as well, and yeah, we can definitely see that he's back at 75%, and without a doubt he's gonna fly back up to 100% quite soon. And things appear to be looking like we're pretty much right where we started. Now, I do have 1 point in courage, just a note. So now I am getting extra 10% attack, but still that doesn't once again seem to be helping me too much, and I just can't seem to be getting him down too much. Whatever damage I do deal, he's healing back up immediately, and it's getting increasingly frustrating. So at this point, I think in my fight, I was already kind of accepting the fact that I'm probably not gonna get him down in this go, and I still hadn't realized that I should have activated White Magneto's pre-fight ability. But where my mind was wandering was what would happen if I activated Mutant Power Boost, and that will be showcased a bit later on, as I am still struggling. At some point I'm just gonna kind of give up and quit out of this fight. We can see that Colossus is certainly putting up respectable numbers without a doubt, but he's not quite there. There seemed to be also like a block on how many few armor ups I can get. I can't seem to get past like I think 83, 88 here seems to be the maximum that I had. And I'm still trying to be as aggressive as I can. 85, but 55, 82, 50, 79. So I don't seem to be able to get more than those 70, 80 armor buffs. And yeah, he's still pretty much at full health. We have spent a lot of time punching this Wolverine. Keep in mind, this has been pretty much at double the speed throughout the entire fight. And here, because I was playing so aggressively, I ran out of health. But as I mentioned before, the thought that I did have in mind is what would happen if I put up a 200% mutant power boost on this 3-star, and that is exactly what I did. So there are no other boosts active, no other attack modifiers. I have no champion boost, no attack boost. I only put on 200% mutant power boost. And this fight will go significantly different because getting that extra power meant all the difference in the world, because I will be able to get more and more armor ups. And I'm quite sure at this point that 120 is like the absolute maximum limit of armor ups that you can gain. And we're going to check that out a bit later in the video. But obviously, as every fight with Colossus, these longer fights, initial bit is the ramp up, and then we can start looking at some proper numbers. So we can see that the amount of power I'm getting back is entirely dependent on how many of my hits in the special attack do crit. And yeah, basically, the more they crit, the more power I get. And if plenty of them crit, I'm pretty much back at a level 2. And then I can land a combo and go for another level 2, and how increasingly more and more armor buffs available for me. So at this point, I'm just kind of like laying in as quickly as I can. We are 90 hits in this fight. So this fight hasn't been going for long. We are 90 hits in. Let's check out. There was 89,000 crit in that fight, and that special too. Unfortunately, again back a bit too much power, which pushed me to a level 3, which also did very, very respectable 50k damage. And things here are definitely looking a lot different. I'm immediately able to pretty much go for another level 2, and now I'm gonna just be trying to get as quickly as I can back up to another. So 120 hits. I have 96 armor ups at this point. Even my medium hits are extremely heavy. Now we had an absolutely juicy level 2 once more, and even though he's regening like crazy, we are managing to do significant amount of damage. Let's just check this one. We are critting past 100,000. That's a 3-star who crits past 100,000. Here you can see 52k level 3, and we're just plowing forwards. A level 2 again, 120 armor ups for most of it. Now again, let's go for another level 2, 120 armor ups, another 100k, back at level 2, another level 2. Unfortunately, not enough crit, so we didn't get back quite enough power, but one combo because our power gain is insane. Another level 2, and Wolverine goes down with 100k crit. Let's just check it in slow motion. So the initial bits didn't crit. We did have a 20k medium, but then 107,000. You can just watch this all day. 107,000. 3-star Colossus takes down Realm of Legend Wolverine with over 100k crit on his level 2. And then obviously it would have seemed to be a shame to waste that mutant power boost, and what I did is actually finished out that Realm of Legends run. And I also wanted to see how quickly with the power boost I would be able to close the fights, because without it, it typically took like 160, 170 hits against regular opponents. Coincidentally, that is also exactly as long as it took with the power boost against Wolverine. But now I'm just kind of going full on aggro mode. I'm not trying to save the hits or anything like that. I'm not bothering too much with my heavy attacks. I'm just dropping my level 2s, trying to get back as much power as I can, and just going absolutely ham on that Black Bolt. So you can see that 75 hits in, he's at like, oh, I think we're 75 hit, no, we're slightly more. So we have 80 hits there. Yeah, no, that was actually only 80 hits. So 3-star Colossus took down Realm of Legends champion in 80 hits. That's significantly faster than many of the latest rank 3 6-star champions that have come out are capable. It's kind of funny how brutal this guy can get with some synergies, with some well, in this case power boost, and it's just insane. 80 hits, 500k plus health gone by a 3-star. So yeah, right setting, it's absolutely crazy and insane. But this is obviously also the last fight of the video. I certainly do hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video, even close to as much as I enjoyed making it, because it was a blast. It was fantastic. It was incredible amount of fun. And yeah, if you liked it, then hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons, share it with your friends, let them know what the 3-star Colossus is capable. And this video is also a quite good explanation of why Colossus is pretty much my favorite champion. But that is it for today, and see you guys.